but we do see an increasing number of cases being reported every single year. And we've got so many contributing factors that are increasing this number of children going missing in our country. But we also need to understand that stats only gives us a general indication. It really does not reflect the problem that we're actually facing, as so many cases go unreported. And I think it's time that we look past stats, because stats is not going to help us bring a child back home. We really need to focus on the children that are missing, stand up and help each other and bring those children home.
Is it because of security measures that aren't in place? Just the high criminality, the lack of policing? What are the main issues that is causing this to happen so prevalently and South Africa to be unable to really deal with it as it is? As you said, stats are just numbers, but those numbers are still very scary.
They are very scary, but there's so many things that are contributing to the fact that children are going missing. As you just said, the criminal side to it, the kidnappings, the human trafficking, we've seen this escalate, especially after lockdown. We've got parents that are unable to look after children. And then we've also got economical factors that play a role in the criminal aspect, and also in parents having poverty and selling off their own children, unfortunately, as we do suspect with Joshlin Smith's case. So there's so many contributing factors to this. People also tend to just leave their children, especially now over festive season. They wander around, they get lost, or something sinister happens to them. But it's really time that we stand up also, and child safety needs to become priority.
What happens? I mean, we sit with this situation where, you know, as you said, these stats are very old now, more than 10 years old, really, with regards to the stats. But if it's anywhere near 23%, and maybe even more than that, how do we prioritize those cases over and above every other case? Because now the ones that we have found, dealt with. But the ones that we haven't found, till this day, that is still very problematic.
Definitely. Now, we cannot actually say that we have to prioritize this case above that case. Each and every child that has gone missing's case needs to get the same attention. As we've seen with Joshlin Smith, I mean, really, we haven't seen such a case in South Africa with such a big surge. And it should happen for each and every child that goes missing. Yes, some cases are more important, especially when it comes to a kidnapping or a human trafficking case, than a child that's literally run away from home. But also, that case is just as important, because that child might be being abused at home, and that's why that child has run away. So we need to find that child, put the child into a place of safety, and get the necessary assistance. So each case needs to get the same attention. It is a child that is missing, and anything could happen to them.
Is there a lack of awareness somehow? And I only say that not because we don't know, but in terms of measures that can then be taken to ensure that children don't go missing, that they can be found within the first 24 hours, that there's a way to communicate and better police the situation overall. Are those the situations that we're facing and the reason why it's such a prevalent occurrence in the country?
I think awareness is being created. I mean, we as an organization create this awareness throughout the year. SAPS creates awareness. But I think it's, once again, we look back into our communities, into our household, our parents, our guardians. That's where the safety starts of our children, is at home. So we need to get people to understand the importance of child safety, and also the reporting process of when a child or a person goes missing. People are still under the impression that they have to wait 24 hours. That does not exist. The quicker the case gets reported, the quicker action can be taken. And as I mentioned earlier, so many cases go unreported. But if that case does not get reported, action cannot be taken. And then once again, unfortunately, we want to blame SAPS or us as organizations, that why didn't we do anything? But we need to know about the case for us to be able to assist.
Yeah, and I think it's so crucial what you said there, because we either watch TV shows or we're watching, the latest news and the likes, and it's always just been a sense of the first 24 hours, as crucial as they may be, you still wouldn't be able to report this. So saying things like that, making people aware of elements just like that, just what measures they can pretty much go to, who they can contact and the like, that's ultimately going to be very key to the children themselves, but also then to the parents.
Definitely. So the first thing that needs to be done is please report it to your nearest police station. Contact us at Missing Children South Africa so we can take action immediately. As you just mentioned, the first 24 hours to 48 hours is absolutely crucial when a child has gone missing, especially when it comes to trafficking and also that of kidnapping. The child could be anywhere in the world by then, but this also goes for adults. Please do not wait. It's not just our children. We've seen a number of cases being reported of adults going missing. It's just as important, and they also fall victim to various types of crime.
Yeah, and I think just letting it be known the entire time is actually going to be so crucial as well. Is there sufficient funding? And I say this just with regards to the kind of organizations that yourselves run, the kind of government departments that are meant to be involved in this, including in policing as well. Do you think there's enough funding and enough being put in terms of resources here?
That's a very difficult answer, because the more funding we do get, the more we can actually do from our side, and that also from SAPS. I know within SAPS, we've got our specialized units, especially working with the kidnapping and the human trafficking cases. They would like to expand that unit because, I mean, the problem is really getting worse day by day. We as an organization, obviously we're a non-profit organization, and we rely purely on donations and sponsors to keep our organization running and to assist the families in need. And our services we render is absolutely free to anyone in need of that. So we really need to start getting government on board to help fund us as an organization, to strengthen our South African police services, that we can really focus and do more when it comes to children going missing in our country.